What's up, everybody? This is Carmine Davis, and you are watching and listening to The Carmine Davis Show. What the fuck is up, y'all? Okay, so I lost track of time. I actually been in the lab, like recording some new material and all that, and I almost forgot to get with y'all. Yeah, I was down bad. I was focused on this song. I didn't even wasn't able to get ready or anything. So I apologize for my offensive, look for today, but we're just gonna get into the show. I know y'all came here for the hot topics. If you're new to the show, subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. I don't do it for my health. We're doing a Carmine's Cash App contest where I'm giving away $20 to $200 to a lucky subscriber who follows us on Instagram, follows us on YouTube, rates and reviews our podcast on Spotify, Apple and YouTube, and shouts us out. You have to let us know that you did it. So this week we don't have any winners. Nobody really tapped into me and let me know. I didn't see any new comments or anything like that. I saw a lot of more comments on Instagram, which is great, but you gotta come back to the YouTube channel and leave a comment and rate this video for all of that to matter. So if you have any questions on how to win your money, go to carminedavis.com/CCC-rules, or click the link in the description box to get the total rundown. Everything you need to do is pretty easy. All of it is free. But there are a few steps that you got to do to win. So we don't have a winner next week, but I'm going to announce 4 winners regardless. So no matter how long it takes, we're going to do it, okay? So like I said, you guys didn't come here for me to hear my humdrum day, even though I got a lot to tell y'all. This week I fired my therapist, the therapist that I've been seeing. I go to 2 therapists a week, and there wasn't there. It's a long story. If you want to hear the whole story, I won't bore y'all with it here. You're here for the hot topics. But if you want to hear about why I had to let this bitch go to patreon.com/Carmine Davis to get that exclusive tea, okay? So this first hot topic is from lovebscott.com. Shout out to Love B. Scott. Okay, well, this is something that I've been wanting to talk about, honey. Okay, so no surprise, like Real Housewives of Atlanta has been kind of in their struggle phase, their struggle girl era. As of lately, there's been a lot of older peaches that are coming in telling everybody what's wrong with the show, and they've been mentioning over and over a reboot. Now, me and my best friend Malik have said this multiple times, even before the Real Housewives of New York reboot even came into fruition. We always said that we wanted some new blood on that show. Not that we don't love. Now, I personally love all the girls that are on the show, except for I hate Drew as a housewife. I like her as a person, hate her as a housewife. I feel like she gives us absolutely nothing but some microwave popcorn drama. You know what I mean? Like made up drama. And I feel like it did worse for her than it did good for her. I like Sonia, but she's a little, we're spoiled as housewife fans, Atlanta fans, okay? And we want to go back to the Nene days, but they don't want to pay Nene. They don't want to ask me to come back. So let's just start the whole shit over with, okay? Let's reboot the show, all right? And from lovebscott.com, exclusive, Real Housewives of Atlanta reboot in the works. Production is demanding fresh new peaches after disastrous season. Now, out with the old and with the new, the Real Housewives of Atlanta is all but officially getting a complete makeover. Sources exclusively tell lovebscott.com the production made the call to recast the entire show at some point during the taping of the season 15 reunion. A source close to production tells us that Bravo is beyond thrilled with the reception of the recently rebooted Real Housewives of New York, so they're fully on board with production's decision to recast Real Housewives of Atlanta. The network is also very pleased with the upcoming season of Real Housewives of Potomac and Married to Medicine. Casting for fresh new peaches is already underway. We're told production has already been quietly reaching out to managers and agents looking for new girls. There's no interest in bringing back any old faces either. Not Portia Gubadio, whatever you want to call her, or Kim Zolciak. While production is looking for all new peaches, it's possible that 1 or 2 peaches stick around as friends similar to the revamped Real Housewives of Miami. It all depends on how casting goes. It's possible that Real Housewives of Atlanta could go on a brief hiatus to give them extra time to get casting just right. As we previously reported, Real Housewives of Atlanta has been notoriously difficult to cast, which is the only reason why a few current housewives have even gotten the peaches in the first place. I can pretty much guess who it is. Both Bravo and production are concerned with fan feedback that this has been the worst season of the show in a long time, if not ever. Production sources tell us that several of the later episodes were re-edited to try and make the show more entertaining, not to show favoritism towards any one cast member. Kenya Moore has been very vocal about production allegedly cutting her storyline and editing her salon event out of the final episode. But our sources say that the reason Kenya's event wasn't shown is because it was dry and nothing happened, even with nearly the entire cast in attendance. Ooh. As we previously reported, Kenya's Real Housewives of Atlanta salary is quite hefty, and Kandi Burruss is the highest paid housewife across all franchises. The network could possibly get an entirely new Real Housewives of Atlanta cast for less than what they are paying Kenya, either Kenya or Kandi. To put it in perspective, both ladies are making around $100,000 per episode. The entire cast of Real Housewives of New York reboot are making around that for the whole season. That's just one more reason as to why production and the network are down for rebooting the show. With rumblings of a new Real Housewives of Atlanta making the rounds, we would not be surprised to see more of the ladies airing out their grievances on their way out the door. All right, okay, so we've probably already heard all this. The story is probably like kind of dead to a lot of people. But what I do love about the reboot idea is that I do want to see fresh faces. I'm in Atlanta. I live in Atlanta. I love Atlanta. You know, it's my place. And I do know that there's a lot of hungry, bad bitches living good, making good money, fucking good men, you know, interesting men who have stories. And they would make interesting TV. However, I've grown so close to a lot of the girls on the show, but majority of them are not even on the show anymore. Like, I love Kandi, regardless of what anybody says about Kandi. I do feel like she is a star. She's not a supporting actress like Nene said. She is that girl. I feel like Kandi is an aspirational character on the show that people like myself or other people like you guys probably can look up to, who has a real story. She's not making up drama to stay relevant and stay interesting. Her life is interesting enough. Her balancing her life, her struggles, her success is interesting enough. I love Kenya. I think Kenya is that girl. She's one of the best, I think, celebrity turned reality stars that I think we've ever seen. She did it well. Like, she transitioned and she did it well. And I think she's at this point now where she's finding a good balance between trying to make her mark on reality TV and keep that check going, and also Kenya Moore, the brand. I think she's doing a great job. The rest of them can go. You know, they can all go. And if we're not bringing anybody back, take the whole thing away. Like, reboot the whole show. Keep Kenya, keep Kandi, and let's get some new girls in there and get them activated. Like, I think it makes sense. I don't want a completely different cast. You know, I don't want like everyone gone like they did on Real Housewives of New York. One, I just started getting into Real Housewives of New York. And I loved Ramona. Well, actually, I don't like Ramona. I do think she's racist and she's in denial. But as a character, I love her. She reminds me of every white woman that I know and that I'm crazily, as weird as it sounds, close to. I talk a lot of shit, so I tend to not really get along or not get along, have the same views politically as a right wing, especially a white woman of certain privilege. But those are my low-key, outside of these walls, those are my best friends. And they know it. Like, they watch the show and they're probably like, what is he talking about? Like, I love him. We go to lunch together. But that doesn't mean I agree with you politically. But I do love y'all and I love Ramona. I do think on the political end of things, she's a very dangerous character, not wanting to bring up race or not wanting to be honest about her racist ways, you know, or even thinking of taking a look at how she could be racist. I loved Ebony. too. I loved Ebony. I thought that what she brought to she checked them girls and held them all accountable. I loved Ebony. Um, I loved Leah. She was the reason why I started watching them, because I watched her on Ultimate Girls Trip and I fell in love with Leah. That's when I say a non-problematic black, white, bad bitch. I'm thinking about Leah, right? Like she's problematic enough. You wake up and you go through your day, you're gonna cause some kind of problem to somebody if you're just a real person, right? But I feel like Leah is on the right side of things. And I've always liked Leah. I love her style. I love her face. I just love looking at Leah. I love what she wears. I love the things that she says. She's a real bitch, and I love Leah. Of course, the Countess. I loved all the girls at Real Housewives of New York. And right before I even could think about loving them so much to go watch all the old shows, they rebooted it, and I have no interest in seeing it. I do know that they rebooted New York for another reason. You know, isn't it because I could be just spreading misinformation, but I think it's because of the legal issues that was brought on by Ebony or someone on the show or HR, and they just couldn't get them all together to shoot, and they just decided to kind of throw them away. This could be all misinformation, but that's just what I have gathered from my own, like picking up and from like tidbits and interviews and all that. But Atlanta is a different, like just how we are as a state. It's just a different nut to crack. You know what I'm saying? I think you could really make this show 10 times worse by recasting. Like Kenya made a comment about how she feels like now it's like they're reaching out to agents and all that. It wasn't a casting thing. It was a do you fit in kind of thing. It's an establishment. It's a compound. Being Real Housewife in Atlanta is the pinnacle of life. You know what I'm saying? In Atlanta for a woman. And reaching out to managers and agents and all of that kind of makes it seem more business, like finding an actress, we're just going to end up with more Drew Sidoras. You know what I mean? Like who are sitting down manufacturing a storyline to keep a job. You know what I'm saying? Like opposed to living there, having an actual fabulous life, having an actual fabulous husband or a real job and a real business. They're gonna make it up. You know, Nene, going back, she talked to her second part of her interview with Carlos King. I actually just watched it, you know, finally. And I love what they did together. I love Carlos King. I love what he's doing over there. Shout out to Carlos King. But he asked Nene if she would be interested in seeing a same-sex couple, like preferably maybe like a gay couple on the show. And she said, yeah, she would love to. And I just feel like I've been talking this up forever. You know, when I think about Atlanta go-getting girls and girls who are out here getting it on the grind and who could use the platform, but could also lose the platform at any time, entertaining, who can charge the girls, who can hold people accountable, live a very fabulous life. I just feel like that's me. You know, I feel like that's me. I'm on my way of basically getting married. My relationship is very interesting. My life is very interesting. I think I have a great storyline. Already just being naturally me. You can ask anybody, honey. I'm housewives ready. So if y'all want to ever cast a gay housewife, I'm your girl. Pick me. I just wanted to put that in. That's my petition. Shout out to the powers that be over there at Bravo. You know, if you ever just feel like coming to interview and sit with a bitch, you know, holler at me. Like, I'll be fine. But all that being said, there are people, if you cannot have me on the show, there are people who I would love to see just coming out of Atlanta. Honestly, I don't know who I want. I just want me. I'm a perfect pick for a housewife. Bravo, Andy, if you're looking for a new housewife, bring me on, actually. Because now that I think about it, a lot of the Black women who I feel like would bring the show more life aren't in Georgia anymore. A lot of them moved to Houston, Dallas, like Chicago. So Forget I ever said anything. Who do you guys want to come to Atlanta? If y'all live in Atlanta, do y'all know someone who would be a great fit for the show? Um, Leave a comment below. When you think of Atlanta's elite here in Georgia, I don't know anymore. There used to be a bunch of girls. I just looked and fact checked them all that I thought would be amazing in Georgia, and none of them live here anymore. None of them live here anymore. But I know they're still here, right? I think some young girls, let's go through TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want a meteorologist. I want a doctor. I want a celebrity stylist. Like, I just feel like Atlanta is the mecca for all those things. I just cannot think of a bitch that could just get up there and take that show to where it needs to be. That's not already attached to another franchise. This is a tough city. It's a tough pickle. Good luck over there, bro. But if you just need a quick casting, right? And just come on, just let me, you could go ahead and give me a friend of the show first, bitch. I'm way more pulled up than Marlo. I could bring it. You know, I'm a wordsmith, bitch. You don't want to see me. I'm smart. I'm talented. Please. But let's move on. Again, leave a comment below. Make sure you guys tap in with me to be a part of the Carmine Cash App contest. Link in the description to get more information. We're going to announce a winner as soon as one is presents himself, honey. You know. But we're going to move on to the next hot topic. Okay. Okay. So it's a pretty slow week. So I guess I have to report on the Kardashian. From LoveYouScott.com, Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson officially changed son Tatum's last name to Thompson. Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson have legally changed son Tatum's last name. The couple, who have a 5-year-old daughter, True, together have officially chosen Thompson as their son's last name, Tatum, 13 months. According to Us Weekly, Kardashian, 39, and Thompson, 32, filed paperwork months ago to change Tatum's name from Kardashian to Thompson. The order was finalized on August the 31st. Under California law, parents can choose if their new baby will have either their mother's or father's last name, a combination of two. The baby was born via surrogate in July 2020 after the couple reportedly ended their relationship. The breakup came after the reality TV star learned that he had been involved with Marley Nichols and fathered a son named Theo, 20 months. According to People, Tristan stated, "We did not have a serious ongoing relationship. We saw each other sporadically between December 2020 and March 13, 2021. He continued, Nichols told me that she had been involved with other athletes and understood the limitation of our relationship. To wit, that we might see each other on a sporadic basis of consensual sex only." Thompson also has a son, Prince, 6, with Jordan Craig. Kardashian had previously explained the challenge of connecting with her son after his birth. She also explained that she didn't initially know what to name him, explaining that she wanted a T name to complement her daughter. In an Instagram post on Tatum's first birth, she wrote him a letter saying that she and True needed him in their lives. "I am a firm believer that God gives you what you need, and I needed you. God knew my heart needed you," she wrote. "I needed your sweet and precious smile. I needed your angelic spirit. I needed a love only you could give me. I needed my son." She continued, "I am so proud to be your mommy, so proud of the love and the laughter we have in our house. So proud of your beautiful, gentle, loving, infectious spirit. You light up every single room. There's no denying that everyone smiles when they look at you, especially True. She is so proud to call you hers." She added, "Tatum, you have changed mine and True's lives forever. We both needed you." Amen. I love that. And I do believe that she does need the love of some man in her life, because it's not the men that she keeps bringing around. So I feel like it's a sad thing because, you know, she lost her father. And I feel like Khloe has been looking for that kind of love from men in her life forever, right? You know, we've seen it, you know, probably not as bad as the other girls, but and we all are looking for that relationship. Don't get me wrong. You know, I'm not exactly judging. So I'm just analyzing. So I do feel like holding on for with someone like Tristan Thompson is very alarming, right? And maybe she does need a male figure in her life to take that energy and put into that will give back to her, because Tristan is only giving her drama and mess. Now you want to name the baby after her. I'm like, that's weird to me. I have ripped Khloe in the ass previously. I cut her ass in the last video when she was talking about pretty much about how she took him back after he had cheated, I think, with that girl that we were just talking about in the article. Whatever. Like, I don't really know what's going on over there. I don't know if they know what's going on over there. But I do want to be a little bit more gentle this time around with Kourtney, because I do feel like what I said last time was accurate. I do think that there's something upstairs going on with Kourtney. But I have a little bit more empathy for her because I'm trying to be nicer this season. And I do think that there is a good heart there. Even that letter that she wrote for her baby is beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, I believe it. And I think that I want her to head in this direction, loving her babies, focused on the Black babies that she got, and leave the nigga alone, like every other white woman who sexualizes Black men that I famously talk about on the show all the time. You know, I mean, and then there's a difference between, like I say all the time, there are girls out there who just happen to date a Black man, and there are women, white women, who sexualize and hunt and target Black men. So, whatever. Leave a comment below. I mean, I said what I said. It is what it is. I do feel in my heart of hearts, that Khloe and Tristan is just bad news. Like, and I think everybody knows that. I don't think anybody around her would try to convince her otherwise, that deeply care for her, or even has if half of the shit that we're reading about him is true. I'm concerned. I'm truly concerned. And I'm not about the kids or anything. I'm concerned about Khloe and the love that she is clearly lacking in herself. So prayers for her. Prayers for me. We're going to move on. Leave a comment below. Again, leave a comment. Follow us on Instagram, Instagram.com/Carmine Davis, Instagram.com/Carmine Davis Show. Make sure you guys follow the show on Spotify and or Apple. Rate and review this podcast everywhere to be included in the Carmine Cash App contest. All right, link in the description to get your details on how you can win $20 to $200. I'm cash apping someone, 4 lucky people, and eventually we'll be able to find a winner once everybody follows the rule. I don't think this hard. Like, I don't think this hard. You know, you just got to get activated, get in tune. Okay. From lovebesky.com, our final hot topic, because I'm tired. I need to go to bed. Mena fired from Love and Hip Hop after Mena fired from Love and Hip Hop after using racist insults during a heated altercation with Spice. Oh God, I've heard of this. I've heard mumblings. I don't really know what goes on over there at Love and Hip Hop. I won't even hold you. Like, it's something that I watch in YouTube world, like when I'm going down a rabbit hole of shit TV. But I have no idea who's on it. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I know Spice is a music artist. I don't even know what or who Mena is. So Mena's mouth finally did her in. The reality star has been fired from Love and Hip Hop after hurling racist insults towards cast member Spice during a heated altercation. The altercation played out during last week's episode after Spice made some unsavory comments about Erica's relationship with her son. Erica responded by turning up and calling Spice a monkey. Love and Hip Hop issued a statement saying the aftermath of Erica's racist comments will play out through the rest of the season and that she won't be returning next season. Take a look at what this bitch said.
You feel like you're the first woman to be divorced. That's the problem. I feel like you're acting like you're the first woman to be divorced and you're the first woman that's left with 2 children to fend for. I've been doing it for 14 years. Welcome to the club. I've been doing it for nowhere. 16. Okay? 16. Okay, with 16. Your son that don't like you. My son loves me. How do you know that's not about you? I care about you. How do you know that?
Now, I'm going to say something, right? This probably is not what the popular thing is to say, but Spice was wrong. I don't really know the backstory. I don't know why. Maybe I should find out before I open my motherfucking mouth. I try to stay as educated as I can. Erica Mena's son. So this is a baby, right? Why would you bring up somebody's child like that, saying that a baby hates their mother? And that's something that is extremely triggering. Even if I don't know what happened, but I do know that if something happened for her to say that, that is fucked up and low. We are talking about something else, right? How are you we're talking about divorce, being a divorce. How are you bringing up the fact that my child hates me? That's low as fuck. Like, that's the lowest you can go, is go there with the kids. I do believe kids are off limits. I believe that kids are off limits. They don't have anything to do with this. They're just beneficiaries of it. Like, I don't think that they have anything to do with why we're here today. You know, if you want to go low on me, go low on me, but leave my kids out of it. So I feel like when you go low on someone, you open the door for someone to go as low as they can on you. Now, however, monkeys is a racial slur, right? And that's low as fuck too, especially from another woman of color calling another woman of color a monkey. That came, and that's something that you have in your brain to throw at somebody. That says a lot about who you are as a person. Like, who thinks to call another person of color a monkey? You know, a blue monkey. That was hateful. But when you go low, some people go to hell, honey. And I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna reserve my peace. I just don't know about this situation now. I don't know. I'm gonna have to reflect on this one. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there was a lot of things that she could have called her, for sure, that were a lot better and a lot. I mean, but y'all tap in with me. Let me know. And then, like, do y'all think that she went too far calling her? She obviously did, but to bring her kid in it, was she fighting fire with fire, or did she go really, really low? Leave a comment below. Tap in with me. That's what the Spotify poll was gonna be this week. You know, tap in if you're on Spotify with it. Do you think that Erica Mena went low or too low, or did she fight fire with fire? I don't know. Y'all gonna have to make it make sense to me. I don't know. I can't say. And then I did not know Shekinah was on Love and Hip Hop, but Shekinah is always in some shit, right? Like, Shekinah is forever in shit. Shekinah is always in shit. What do y'all think? Do y'all think this is all a mess? I don't know who Erica Mena is. I think that's the one who had a baby with Safari, right? And didn't Spice work with Nicki Minaj? What a mess. What a mess. But that's the show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in as usual. I love you guys. I got to get back to working. Peace.